Okay, everybody, welcome right back to the channel. Everybody, welcome right back. Listen, today is the start of Black History Month. It's going to be a fun month. It's going to be a great month, man. For a lot of black people, for us as black people, man, there's been a lot of history going on and stuff like that. When it comes to sports and stuff like that. But there's history outside of it too. It's been amazing. So this month is to celebrate that. And I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty excited for this month. A lot of stuff over the next few days going into the Super Bowl. We're going to be recapping, including the college football championship game, uh, along with other games that happened in college basketball throughout the week. Man, some crazy stuff, especially this past Saturday. A lot of recapping, a lot of talking about different stuff throughout the next few videos. Uh, Spend a little bit too, but working, grinding, everything like that. But before we get into what we're going to talk about today, my name is Isaiah Austin, and welcome back to the IDA Kings video production channel. If you like the channel, please subscribe to the channel if you like it. If you like the videos, hit the like button on those videos. And also, if you want to know when I post and upload new videos, uh, please hit that bell notification as well. Going into it today, there's going to be a lot of college basketball, a lot of NBA basketball as well. A lot of great stuff happening. Okay, today in an important game, Milwaukee, uh, they face the Boston Celtics today. The Boston Celtics have been really, really great. They're 30-18, been way better than expected. This is way better than expected. And the Bucks have been really having a rough up and down year, 18-28. Has some solid wins, but then has a lot of losses. Like they're on a 4-game skid right now. They're playing in the Pioneers Classic. Talk about the first three, basically black players to play in the NBA. One of them got drafted. One of them was the first one to sign a contract, and then the other one was the first to play in the NBA game. So they're going to talk all about all three of those black players today during this game. Pretty excited about that. Pretty fun. Pretty excited. Get to see during the trade deadline. The trade deadline comes up on Thursday, so go see if Giannis gets traded and everything of that nature. Pretty excited to see if he does get traded or not. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see how that goes and everything of that nature. Ready to see how that goes. But Jaylen Brown has been great too. So pretty excited how he plays and see him again. The Pistons 35-12. They play the Nets today. They've been fantastic as well. They've been dominant on both ends of the floor. If they add a shooter or two, I'm telling you, they might win a championship because that's how good they are. That's how really, really dominant they are, especially defensively. Seeing them against the Warriors, they ended up beating the Warriors, and they look real good against the Warriors. The Warriors fought back, but overall, man, the Pistons just look way too good. The Nets struggling 13-34, struggling throughout the year. Another game that's coming on, the Bulls actually beat the Heat, believe yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a back-to-back for the Bulls and the Heat playing each other the same, just the same game, like back-to-back, playing against each other. And they're going to be in Miami still again like they were last night. They play at 6 p.m. The Bulls end up getting a big win there. So I can't wait to see how that plays out. The Raptors are playing the Jazz. They've been real good, 29-21. Been unexpected, really good. They play the Jazz, who's 15-34. Okay, Wizards and Kings are both struggling. The Wizards got dominated by the Lakers, destroyed by the Lakers. The Wizards are trying to get back on track and stuff like that. The Spurs and the Magic play against each other too. The Magic had a big win at home against the Raptors. They're not 25-22. The Spurs had a big loss against the Charlotte Hornets. We're going to talk about them, the Charlotte Hornets, but they lost to the Charlotte Hornets, yesterday. So they play today at 7 p.m. back-to-back. This one's going to be fun on NBC. This doubleheader is going to be crazy. They have NBC doubleheaders tonight. The first one is going to be Lakers versus Knicks. Knicks are 30-18. The Lakers are 29-18. Both teams have some great moments, but then has some little stub of toes throughout. But this is gonna be a fun game. No, I can't wait to see this game. It's gonna be real fun. The other game that's going to be really great, of course, is going to be the Thunder, who's 38-11, you know, and versus the Nuggets, who have Jokic back. Jokic came back, was a monster, was a dominant player. So that's going to be fun, too. Can't wait to see that game as well. Okay. Along with, the Cavs, playing the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers have really did some good things this year, shockingly. And the Cavs are 21. I'm sorry, 29-21. They struggled a little bit because of injuries, but also they had a little bit of a slow start, trying to get everyone in sync with each other. But now they're winning games. They traded Hunter. For Ellis and Schroeder. Schroeder got waived by the Cavs, though, so they can create some cap space. So, that's going to be fun, though. Can't wait to see that game. Clippers and Suns. Both teams have really started getting on track. Suns are really good, 30-19. They're really good. They're overachieving at highest level. And the Clippers are starting to get back into the rhythm, winning games lately. Been really dominant down the stretch. Last, 20-plus games, they've been really great. A shout out to them. And that's going to be fun. So I'm excited for these games to come on today. I really am in the NBA, man. Really am excited about it. A lot of games came on. Big time games came on. Like I was clueless Saturday, right? 76ers had a big news with Paul George. I think it's some type of medicine he took. He's suspended for 25 games for violating the drug policy for the NBA. But the 76ers ended up winning. They're still in that 6th seed. They beat the Pelicans by 10, but they're still in that 6th spot. There was a lot of big games. Like I said, the Hornets, with the lineup, they have a starting lineup. They win. They're 12-1 with the starting lineup. I think with LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Knope, that's the rookie. Shout out to him, Con Knope. Shout out to him. When they're in that lineup, along with I think 2 other players. Sorry, forgot about the names. Apologize for that. But when they have that starting lineup, a certain starting lineup out there, they're 12-1. So they got to stick with that starting lineup if they're healthy as best as they can. That was, Hawks. Johnson's been great again, triple-double, but they lost to the Pacers by a few points. Like I said, the Bulls beat the Heat yesterday, Saturday. The Timberwolves ended up beating the Grizzlies. We're going to see, though, if Ja Morant gets traded. And then the Rockets and the Mavs, that was a fun game if y'all watched that one. Cooper Flagg had 49 against the Hornets. He dropped 34 points. Again, dominated on the glass, passing the ball. Flat out amazing stuff, man. Pretty excited. He was balling, but they ended up losing to a great Houston team. Already know, had depth. The Magic ended up beating the Raptors. Like I said, that was on Friday. Lakers destroyed the Wizards. Ayton and Luka balled out. LeBron was doing his thing. Nothing new there. Celtics ended up blowing out the Kings. This was on a Friday. Knicks ended up blowing out the Trailblazers. Cavs ended up losing to the Suns. But the Cavs also ended up beating the Lakers, I think, on Wednesday. But the Cavs ended up losing against the Suns. The Suns also, let me tell you something. The Suns also ended up coming around and beating the Pistons in a blowout too. The Suns have been great, man. And Devin and Brooks have been really good, Dylan Brooks. But Dylan Brooks had 40 against the Pistons, and he had almost 30 against the Cavs, man. 2 great teams in the East. So that's some great stuff right there. The Nuggets, Jokic coming back, beat the Clippers 122-109. And I already told y'all about the Pistons beating the Warriors, man, in a close game. It was, the Warriors did fight back. Steph Curry, I think, has a knee soreness or leg soreness. I seen that in the game, so I'm, watching that. Overall, it's been crazy, man, this past week. 76ers getting the win by 2. Rockets winning against the Hawks. Obviously, 76ers beating the Kings and the Wizards beating the Bucks. This is one of the reasons why they need to be talked about in terms of trades and trading Giannis. But also, another thing, too, is the Heat ended up beating the Bulls in Chicago. It was a makeup game from January 8th. That was on Thursday. So they're going to be playing against each other a lot this week. Heat and Bulls and Heat. The Nuggets have been winning without Jokic. Before Jokic came back, they beat the Nets. Like I said, the Suns, this was on Thursday. Suns beating the Pistons and Timberwolves beating the Thunder. That was another big win. The Timberwolves have had some good wins. I think they beat them twice. Okay, beat the Thunder twice. So the Thunder has been struggling a little bit. But they'll be fine as long as they're healthy by the regular season, they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? It's been crazy, man. Even Wednesday was crazy. I know the Lakers got blown out by the Cavs. The Pacers ended up beating the Bulls, and the Hawks ended up beating the Celtics in Boston, man. That was a crazy one. And the Magic ended up beating the Heat on Wednesday. A lot of craziness on Wednesday. Knicks dominated the Raptors. You know, Timberwolves beat the Mavericks at that time, you know, and all that stuff. Warriors found a way to get a win against the Jazz and stuff. So it was a crazy wild week. Crazy wild week. You know, Pistons beating the Nuggets on that Tuesday, you know, and stuff like that. We already knew, like, Bucks and the Blues and 76ers, of course, and Knicks went in, and then the Wizards find a way to beat a Trailblazer team that was going on hot and rolling. So this week's been really crazy, really been wild and stuff like that. Really unbelievable when it comes to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's been crazy. College basketball's been wild. College basketball's been out of control as well. Let me tell you, been craziness. Okay, and at Division 1. Okay, Saturday was unbelievable, right? Sunday, man, there's gonna be some games too, like Purdue versus Maryland. Okay, that's on CBS today. ABC, y'all gotta catch this game. This game gonna be fun. Alabama versus Florida. Okay, that's gonna be a fun game. Both in the top 25, both up there trying to fight for the SEC championship. Flat out amazing. I can't wait for that one. Iowa State 19-2. They play Kansas State today on Fox. Okay, there's some good games here, man, today. You know, really excited about some of these games coming on in college basketball as well. So, been craziness, man, all around crazy. One of the best games that's going to come on today on FS1 is going to be Nebraska and Illinois, 18-3. Nebraska lost to Michigan in a close game in Ann Arbor. That's understandable. Understandable. Okay, because I say Ann Arbor. Iowa's really good, 15-5. They play Oregon today. Saturday was crazy, man. Let me tell you something. All week's probably been crazy for Rose. There's some solid games. But, man, Saturday been crazy, okay? Saturday is one of the crazy ones today. Okay, what was crazy? Duke beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was hanging in there, catching back up, creeping up. They ended up beating them. Houston ended up pulling away against Cincinnati, dominating. But let me tell you something. UCF ended up having 2 court stormings. Okay, they thought the game was over, which I thought it was too. But then they found a way to get the fans off the court because there was a foul with 0.2 seconds. They made the free throws. UCF came back and ended up beating Texas Tech still 88-80. UCF ended up beating Kansas. If y'all remember earlier in the year, they have 2 top 25 wins this year. Flat out amazing. Clemson ended up beating Pittsburgh. They've been real great all year. I mean, flat out amazing, man. Flat out amazing all season long. Utah State's been great all year long as well. Beating San Diego State 71-66. Okay, flat out amazing. Close game. Xavier beating DePaul. LSU and South Carolina facing off in final OT. Virginia ended up getting a big win against Boston College. This is a crime too. Texas A&M should probably be ranked. They only have 1 loss in the SEC. Have a great year so far. They beat a great team in Georgia. Arizona's undefeated in the Pac-12. Or not Pac-12, the Big 12. I'm sorry. They have been amazing. They are number 1 in the country. 87-74 beat Arizona State. North Carolina is playing Georgia Tech. That game is important though because Duke ended up winning as well. Duke ended up winning the game, as well. And they have a collision course because they play this upcoming week. I'm pretty excited about that game this upcoming week that's coming up between North Carolina and Duke. Cannot wait for that game. Okay, cannot wait to see how that game goes, man. Pretty excited. And everything of that nature, man. I'm pretty excited, man. Get to see 2 freshmen that's going to be in the top 25. 2 freshmen that's going to be probably in the top 4 in the country. So I'm pretty excited about that. Duke ended up obviously winning against Virginia Tech. Cam Boozer balled out. North Carolina, their freshman's phenom balled out today as well. Balled out that Saturday as well. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. Miami of Ohio is undefeated, by the way. They've been undefeated, having a great year, fantastic historical year for their program. They end up winning against Northern Illinois. Flat out amazing. They're going to be a 5th or 4th seed. If they go undefeated, they're probably going to be one of those 1 or 3 seed or something like that. Pretty excited to see how that goes as well. BYU and Kansas, that was a fantastic game. Kansas was all up on them. Over 20. I think they were winning by 20 plus points against BYU. BYU ended up coming back against Kansas. Peterson had a great first half. I think he was injured That's why he only played 3 minutes in the second half. I'm not sure what happened. BYU had a great game plan in the second half, but Kansas ended up coming up and winning. Uh, you know, the um, Dio, I believe that's his name. I'm sorry. For BYU, he was great. Fantastic at BYU. He was a beast there. Played well in the game. He had 7 points in the first half. They were really putting them in bad situations in terms of not getting them the ball. But in the second half, he found a way to get the ball. Did a great job in finding a way to get the ball. Saunders was great for BYU as well. He helped a lot in the game for BYU to come back up and did some great things, made a lot of great shots and stuff like that. So that the AJ DeBonsta, apologize for if pronounced it wrong, but he was good overall. No, he didn't take that many shots. 12 shots is not as many. I've seen a lot of superstars take way more than 12 shots, so that's not as many. But that was a good game though from both freshmen that are going to be there. Saunders, I believe Council was great too. Kansas had some great players too, and BYU, so it was a fun game. Indiana and UCLA was a fantastic game. Final to OT. Indiana ended up winning by 1 point. That was a great game. Vanderbilt ended up beating a real good really tough Ole Miss team, and they've been real great after blowing out Kentucky. After Kentucky was on a 5-game win streak. Kentucky came back after that 5-game win streak, after losing to Vanderbilt, getting blown out. They beat Arkansas. That wild game was wild. Kentucky, now, they started calling some flagrants. Some of them were understandable. There was a flagrant foul in this game. A flagrant foul in this game was crazy. So, they called a technical. Not flagrant, I'm sorry, a technical. There was some technicals called. Some of them were understandable. This one was unbelievable. They called a technical on a player for blocking a player looking at the camera. He called a technical right there, taunting the camera. All right, taunting the camera. Looking in the camera, taunting. Didn't taunt no player, didn't taunt nobody, just looked at the camera. They called a technical on that Arkansas player. I mean, not the Kentucky player. Couldn't believe it. They also called a technical foul on the Kentucky head coach. In my opinion, should not have been a technical either. They tried to screw over Kentucky and Arkansas. I really believe that. But Arkansas ended up losing for the first time this year at home. And going back to last season, they were 17-0. Going back to last year, and then they ended up losing to Kentucky. So that was a heck of a game, fun game. USC was a fun game with Rutgers. That was another fun game. UConn blew out Craigington, dominated them. They started out closing, and it was a butt whooping. Tennessee ended up beating Auburn. Real good game there. You know what I'm saying? And then St. Mary's was battling out with Gonzaga, pushing them to the brink. But then St. Mary's ended up losing 73-65. Gonzaga ended up being a little too much for them. They had turnovers in the game, was fouling. But when they stopped doing that as much, especially in the second half, they started to get back on track. But overall, it's been fun today. It's been a great weekend of college basketball. It's been a great week of college basketball and NBA. It's been fun all week. And this week's going to even be better. Going into it with North Carolina versus Duke, that's going to be fun. I think that's on Monday or Wednesday, whatever day that is. Whatever that day is, I'm recording. Of course I am. And I'm going to talk about that game. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. Going to be exciting. Cannot wait to watch that game. I will be watching that game. Can't wait to watch the games that's come on today in the NBA. And I can't wait to talk about the Super Bowl along with the games before that happened in the Super Bowl and then recapping the national championship game. I hope y'all have a good one. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody. Again, if you love the videos, please hit the like button on them videos. If you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. That's free, not asking for nothing, just free. Hit that button. And also, if you want to know when I post and upload new videos and stuff, hit the bell notification. All right, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Peace.